Press record. Yes. We're set. Give me that. You're not even ready for the fucking podcast. It's good to be back. What's up, y'all?
I thought that shit was about to fall.
Me too. I'm not even gonna
like, what
the integrity of this table is not at 100%. That's why I put on my beanie for more protection.
Protection from what?
Danger. Safe sex.
Wrap it before you tap it.
Don't be silly. Cover your willy. What's up, guys? This is episode 2 of the Hookah Side podcast.
Yes, indeed. I think it's episode 2. Smoke so much.
Yeah, this is episode 2. Hope you guys liked the first one. We got pretty okay views on it for our first video, and for not really shouting it out, got a good amount. We appreciate you guys. But if you guys could, for those of you guys who watched it, subscribe to it.
If you already subscribed, hit that motherfucking bell.
And the like button too. Just like the video. Comment down below too to see if you want to see our takes on anything. If you guys just want us to talk about anything like that interests you, we will. I mean, we literally just come out here and just wing it. Just start talking.
Some of us do.
Also, he edited the last one. So, shout out to him. It came out good. Came out really good. So, you guys liked it. Give him some props. For today's podcast, what we're going to talk about
will shock you.
Okay, tell him.
World hunger. And is it real?
No. not that it's not real. That's not what we're talking about.
Fine. You don't like that one? Mortuaries.
No.
Are they real?
How was your Thanksgiving?
Predators. How can we stop them? My Thanksgiving was fine. Little side note, our parents are separated.
Yes.
So this last week I spent Thanksgiving with my father and he with our mother.
Yes. I went over to my mother's house while he stayed here at father's house. And we did supper in separate situations. But all in all, it was really fun. It was really nice. And if I'm going to be completely honest, this was our first Thanksgiving not together. Like, in life. Yeah, it was cool, though. It was whatever. It was definitely different because every time me and you are together, obviously, you know, like, it's more lit. Everybody's like, oh, Seba's a Poncho here, or, damn, I just gave out my nickname. So they call me Poncho. My middle name is Alfonso. Jose Alfonso Gomez.
The nicotine's hitting.
And for a nickname, I guess, for Alfonso is Poncho. So my whole life, my family's called me Poncho.
Never understood it, but
Yep.
okay.
Well, his name is Sebastian. We call him Sebas.
That I understand, you know.
Yeah.
Slice that bitch.
Yeah, this Thanksgiving was definitely different, but it was cool. It was still the same, just less jokes.
Yeah, over here, I was at my father's house, but my stepmom's family came over. They're good people, good vibes.
I know them.
I'm talking to them. Jeez, it's a 3-person conversation. Me, you, and the audience.
The world.
Exactly.
Share this video.
But yeah, they're fun people. So, I mean, it was cool. We're just hanging out, drinks, waiting for dinner, and yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy went on.
Mhm. Yeah, I didn't drink this weekend. What? Lied to you so hard. I didn't
he
drink.
did. He just doesn't remember.
No, I drank this weekend. I didn't drink this Thanksgiving. Yes.
I only had like 1 or 2 beers. That was it.
Yeah. But yeah, it was cool. It was fun. I heard, you went to go, watch Strange World.
Yes, I did. I actually went this Saturday.
Mm-hmm. It was just... I thought it was colder.
Yeah,
you kind of seen it, right?
No, nothing. I was just...
You could see it.
That was excess smoke, though.
No, what? Oh, yeah, yours was, but...
What bus is nearby?
I don't think that's a bus. That's a gate.
Oh. Makes sense.
Or if not, they're breaking in.
This past Saturday, I went to go watch Strange World with my girlfriend. A non-spoiler review, I'd give it a solid 6, 7 out of 10. It was a good movie. Some of the plot line was already overplayed, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Disney's trying to just reuse some of that, just in different dynamics. But I mean, it was a nice story, but it just felt old. It felt like predictable in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stories.
What movie would you compare it to? Let me get that on. You're taking too long.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm addicted.
This is a minor spoiler. A minor spoiler. So if you don't want to hear this, skip like maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'd compare it to Osmosis Jones and Encanto.
It's a weird mixture.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Don't stop here. Keep skipping. Keep skipping. He's still talking about it. Go 30 more seconds. Keep going.
You don't care about the spoiler?
I'm not gonna watch that shit.
So basically, okay.
Spoiler alert.
If you're here, I'm putting spoiler alert. I'm gonna keep the spoiler alert.
Yeah, actually, wait until the spoiler alert sign is gone. That's when you can continue if you care about the spoiler. Go ahead.
Okay, so basically, it starts off with a father and a son. He's like the father's an explorer. He explores with his son. It's like a little small town, and there's these mountains that nobody's ever explored past.
Okay.
And the father's life goal is to be the first person to do it.
Okay.
And then...
What can I compare that to?
And then, whatchamacallit, the son says, oh, I never wanted to be an explorer. Like, this is your dream, not mine. They have like a little argument. And then they discover this weird plant that has electricity. Because at the time, it's like a fucking... Like, no power in the town. And then he's like, this could be the future of our city, not what's past the mountains.
Yeah.
So the father gets pissed off and literally just leaves. He just continues exploring, and the rest of the crew with the son just look at the plant and then they go back.
Dang, I already know what happens then.
So the father disappears for 25 years.
I know it.
He doesn't come back.
Never comes back? Oh, and then the guy goes and tries to find his father.
No. He becomes a farmer of this plant, and it powers the whole town.
Oh, wow.
Powers the whole town. And then the plant ends up and like starts dying. Okay. And they're saying that the root of the plant is all connected. Like all the plants are connected.
So it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. His dad, I forgot his dad's name.
Ego.
It's like he powers the whole everything.
Oh yeah. Sort of. And then they try going to the bottom, like to the core of this plant. Then they discover this whole new world inside. A whole new world. Underneath this, their world, there's a whole freaking strange world.
Nice.
Like
Also, on the surface, it's a regular world, and then Strange World is underneath.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Okay.
And then everything's alive. Everything's alive. And then they explore, and then they end up finding his dad down there.
Yeah.
And then they figure out that the plant that they've been harvesting for power is actually a disease. It's like a cancer almost. And they find out the Strange World is the inside of a creature.
What the hell?
Because they end up fighting because he has the farmer has a kid now. He has his own family. And they get into an argument later in the movie, and then they actually find what's past the edge of the mountain, and it's just water.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh shit, it's just water. And then they turn around, big old eye opens up.
Oh damn.
And then they find out the little city is on the back
Of a big ass monster thing.
of a big ass monster thing.
Mm.
So it's like that old myth or theory that the Earth is, and like we live on a giant turtle.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
it's
just
freaking Moana.
sort of. I was thinking more Avatar.
Well, I've never seen Avatar.
Oh, you haven't seen The Last Airbender?
Yes, I have seen that. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So they end up finding out that it's a giant turtle they live on, and what's in what they've been exploring is actually the inside of it. It's the organisms.
Oh shit.
And that the creatures that they've been fighting, the monsters they've been fighting off, is actually like the white blood cells, the immune system, and they're trying to attack the plant that they've been harvesting, and the plant is actually killing the turtle.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's why I say, but as they're trying to figure this out, that's why I say it's like Osmosis Jones.
Yeah.
But while they're figuring this out, they're battling fucking generational trauma, and because the dad never wanted to be explorer, and the kid doesn't want to be a farmer, and the he's trying so hard not to be like his dad, and but he doesn't know that he's being exactly like his dad,
because he's trying to his dad wanted him to be an explorer, but now he wants his kid to be a farmer.
He's like, oh, my kid wants to be a farmer. Yeah, he wants it, but he doesn't. He wants to be an explorer.
You gave it a 6 out of 10 or 6.5 out of 10, but it seems like a really interesting movie.
It was, but the plot line felt unoriginal.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why, because you look at it had a nice spin finding out, oh shit, this is a living thing we're living on, and it's dying. That's a crazy spin. But as you're going through the story, the generational trauma that they're battling, it just seems overplayed. It's okay, I never wanted this, dad, and he's well, I wanted this for you, and then you can see the kid is so.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty interesting movie. Sounds interesting. But yeah, I guess I can see how it's overplayed and stuff. I don't know what I would compare it to, but yeah. I saw a movie too this weekend. Saw it on a streaming service.
Like Netflix?
It's called Skinamarink. I saw this movie on TikTok. It's a horror movie.
It's spoilers.
Should I explain the whole movie, or should I just give the plot?
It's up to you. But you just gotta give them heads up.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you guys a heads up. I'm gonna spoil the movie. I am. If you guys don't care about spoilers, but you still want to see it for yourself, go ahead. Because this movie is very, I guess, how do you say it? Subjectional?
What do you mean?
Because it will scare certain people.
It's subjective?
That's the word. That is the word. You better cut this shit out. You better cut that shit out.
I'm spotlighting this shit. It's gonna be the preview to them.
Damn. This movie is very subjective to who it scares. Because me personally, I got over the fear of the dark when I was maybe, I think probably already 6th grade, 7th grade. I was already not scared of the dark, and I was okay with being in the dark. But this movie brings back childhood scares, I guess. This movie has to do with two little kids. I forgot their names, but the whole movie is very weird and very... Cinematography is great, I feel, but I think it could have been done so much better. There are shots, so you never really see the kids' faces. You see their feet, you see everything around them, but you never see them.
So it's like a POV movie.
But not really, because it's everything around them, but never from their point of view. You get me? There's one part of the movie where you see POV, where you see the little girl, like, is looking at her mom and her dad. Like, you see that happening, but it's like weirdly done. I don't know how to explain it. You really do have to watch the movie to really see what I'm talking about. But there's a point. So this movie is like, if they're sitting on the couch, the camera will be facing up at the ceiling, you know, and they're like, lights turn off. And then the movie, from what I saw of, like, from reviews and what I, like, judged by myself, and I saw with Andrew, so with Andrew as well, it's supposed to play a trick on your mind. It's supposed to bring back the fear of the dark and fear of, like, being a little kid alone in a house. Taking all that in mind, the beginning of the movie is normal. It's kind of slow. And then, out of nowhere, these two kids are alone in the house, and the parents disappear, and the windows disappear, and the doors disappear. Okay? All of the windows in the house and all of the doors in the house disappear. So, like, there'll be a shot of a window, or of a wall, excuse me, and then, like, there's another shot that the window's there, but then it goes away. It's very weird. Like, very weird. It's, like, kind of hard to explain, but you really have to imagine how I'm explaining it. So there'll be shots like that. So all the windows and doors disappear, right? So they're like, and there's no real conversation in the movie either. It's really like there'll be a little kid like, Kevin. It's like, what? And where's mom? And then it'll like, doom, like lights will turn off, boom, like or they're alone in the house for a day, and they're like, what the fuck, like. The viewer is like, where the hell are the parents? Like, where the hell did they go? Why did they disappear? And it's like, it'll be like, okay, time to go to sleep. And they're like little kids. They have cute ass voices like, good night, like, good night, like shit like that. And then the light will turn off, but it will still keep in the corner, like the camera will be on the corner, and it's like, dude, is there something there? Is there something not there? But nothing ever happens. So it's just, literally, it's a horror movie. It's a new, I guess, risky kind of horror movie, because it's up to the viewer to imagine, like, oh shit.
So it's not really, it's
psychological horror.
Psychological horror suspense type of thing. Yes,
but in the same way, even suspense, something happens, you know? Like, something will be like they'll make it seem like something moved, you know? Like, oh shit, something's gonna happen. This movie, I swear to you, nothing happens.
But suspense doesn't necessarily mean that. Suspense is just creating suspense for the audience. Like, you anticipate something's going to happen.
Exactly, but you have to anticipate the whole movie, and nothing ever happens in the whole movie.
I think that's the point.
Because
from your description, yeah, it's supposed to make... I think it is a POV movie, but from the eyes...
No, from the mind.
Or, yeah, from the mind of a child.
Exactly.
Because, you know, your family, lights go out. You're scared of the dark. You start thinking shit in your mind. You're like, oh my god, there's a monster in my closet. Yeah. There's something under my bed. Like, I can't see what's in front of me. Like, what if something's there?
But that's exactly, like, yeah, that is exactly what the movie's trying to portray. But I think it could be executed so much better. Like, way better than how it was executed, because there's only one jump scare where you're like, what the fuck? Because the movie itself is really boring. Really boring. Like, you see the same shots. If you see the TV's on, and that's like their only light source. And it's like an old VHS, like, and then like how like the line will the thing will go down the TV. You know how it repeats and everything when you're playing VHS. It's like the same shot or the same shot of the wall or the same shot of the hallway. You know, like.
Yeah, I can see how that's boring.
Nothing ever changes. So then you're like, oh, something can happen now. Something can happen. Nothing happens.
I get that. It's just like after a while of nothing happening, you're kind of just like, all right.
You don't expect it.
Like, all right, whatever. Like.
Exactly. Like, oh, nothing's going to happen. And that's what I'm saying. Because if something would have happened, then it would have been like, damn, perfect. Like, oh, shit. Like, all of the stuff that they're imagining is not real, but still like, you know, like, oh, it's coming to life in their minds, you know, or something like that. But it never does. There's one point, there's like a demon in the house where I don't even know what. I guess it's like voices in the kid's head. Like, because there's one part, spoiler, I hope you still have the shit up. It's like, there's a voice is like, Kevin. Like, literally like, Kevin. And he's like, listening, he's like, you want me to do what? He's like, stick the knife in your eye, Kevin. And it's like a fucking 3-year-old. And you just hear like, stick the knife in your eye. And he's like, and he just fucking, they don't show it. But you just hear like a kid, like they show from like camera angle of the room. And like in the distance, like a kid like, ah, like crying a lot. And then like that's it. And then you see blood on the floor. But he's still alive and everything. And he's like there.
This happens at the end of the movie?
Not the end. It's like towards the end, but not the full end of the movie. Maybe I just didn't understand it fully. Maybe somebody can help me understand, but I think that's how I interpreted it, and it just like it was such a dud. Like I expected it. Like on TikTok, everybody's like, "Yo, like don't watch this movie. It's so scary." And I know TikTok is a lot of the hype. Oh yeah, like oh I'm gonna say this because, and I'm over exaggerating so the people watching and be like, oh, but.
They save my video so that they can come back and watch it. But I think if you're going to do a movie like that, I feel like a movie like that has been done before. The moon's kind of
crazy. You see that?
Yeah.
Looks kind of fake.
I know. Because it is. But the moon, real or not?
I have a riddle for you.
What?
Dang.
That sounded like level 5 in Black Ops Zombies, dog. Like,
let's see. I have a riddle. I want to think of a riddle now.
You said you had one. Now you're gonna think of one.
Yeah. Because
the horse's name was Friday.
Nah. What do you have more of, the more you leave behind? Could be butchering that riddle, but I think.
What do you have more of, the more you leave behind?
Yeah.
Space.
No.
If you leave stuff behind, you have more space.
No.
What do you have more of, the more you leave behind? Look it up on your phone. Make sure that's an actual riddle.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't want it to be like some dumb shit.
If you guys know it, comment down below.
What do you have more of, the more you leave behind? Leave behind. I don't know.
You want to know?
Yeah.
Footprints.
Interesting.
That's a good one, huh?
Okay, so there's 3... No. Okay, so you have 3 bodies that you need to dispose of.
Where do you put them? I'm like, is there an answer? No, I need one.
Like, no, I'm looking for an answer right now.
I need an answer right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to hear yours first. Have you, like, done a weight check-in or anything?
No, not at all. I have not checked in my weight at all. If anything, I think I'm... So from before we started, I lost 15 pounds. And once we started, I think I'm either the same or I might have gained a little bit. For you guys who didn't watch the first episode, did we say it in the first episode?
I think we did. I think I left it in.
Okay. So for those who didn't see the first episode, Me and Sebas are part of a competition, or we're in a competition, but it's not really a competition. I don't know. We are in a competition with our. We're not. I don't even know how to describe it.
We have started our own weight loss journeys.
Yes.
We started at the beginning of November, and it's going on till the beginning of April.
I thought February.
No, beginning of March. Sorry.
March.
Yeah, it's the beginning of March. We're trying to see who can lose 40 pounds. It's a competition, but not a competition, because we're both trying to see if we can we can lose 40 pounds.
Yes.
If we can get there, then we both win. If one of us doesn't, then the other one wins. So it's like a competition, but we're working towards the same goal.
Yeah.
Started at the beginning of November, started the 28th. Haven't made any real progress towards it. I've made some dietary changes.
Yeah, same.
We used to frequent going out to eat a lot.
Yeah.
And, like, almost every meal was going out to get something to eat. And obviously that's not healthy. So now what I've started doing is I go grocery shopping. I buy myself a Caesar salad. I know there's healthier alternatives to salads, or just healthier salads than the Caesar, because I know the dressing's kind of bad. I just like Caesar. I get Caesar salad and I try to take it every day for lunch at work. I take a couple, like maybe a yogurt and a giant Snapple.
Yeah.
Breakfast, I usually just eat a bagel with the coffee. It's not the best. And for dinner, it's usually either maybe my stepmom has cooked something, or we sometimes still go out to eat.
Yeah.
Because we do work late. He works later.
I work an hour away from where we live.
Yeah.
So it's not that I work super late. It just takes me a long time to get home. I work in LA. I work closer to downtown LA. And we live all the way in the valley. So every time I come out of work, minimum 50 minutes to get home. Minimum. On a good day, it'll take me about 45 minutes. But minimum average 50 minutes to get home. At most, I've been in traffic for 2 hours one time. Yeah, so I don't get out late. It just takes me a long time to get home.
Yeah. So, yeah, because of that, we'll eat out sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to change that. And I did very recently, start working out. I do mainly cardio. Gonna try to throw in some weightlifting. But right now, I'm just trying to build up stamina.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still haven't gone to the working out part of it, but I have been eating less. I haven't changed much in my diet, but I have been eating less, which I've seen a good change in. Like, that's how I lost the 15 pounds. It's really fast. Like, I think with our bodies, me and Sebas, you lose weight pretty fast, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I lose weight pretty fast too. I think. What would you say your number one workout is?
Number one workout has got to be burpees.
Your favorite?
Yeah.
Damn. Burpees?
Burpees.
I didn't know I had a psychopath as a brother. My favorite workout, probably squats. I like doing squats, back squats. I could do front squats if I have to, but I usually don't. I'm not that much of a gym head either at all. But I don't know the benefits of front squats versus back squats. But back squats are my favorite. I can usually do really heavy. If I'm at the gym, I love to do leg press. Leg press is the best thing ever. It's so fun to do, and it's also like, if I want to feel strong, I will do leg press. I think everybody knows that. At least whoever goes to the gym knows that.
For me, it's I do burpees because that's just but I do burpees. I'm not a fan of going to the gym.
Me either.
I bought my own weight set for home so I could avoid going to the gym.
Yeah.
But I haven't weightlifted in a long time. And going back to that after a while of not lifting weights, it's kind of just like discouraging. Because like there's points where I was benching 2 plates, which is 225 pounds. And I was back squatting like 500. And going back now, like 135 is just benching is troublesome for me, or back squats. Like I'll put on a plate, maybe 2, and that's like wow, like my legs are shaking by the end of it, and it's just like discouraging for me. Also, burpees they are too, because there's a point where I was doing like a set of 300, and then I do that like 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing 20, and I'm like crawling, like I'm done.
Yeah, there's definitely big changes that need to be made with us, and we can get. I think the motivation for us is, we were there once. We can get there. We can get back. You know, we were in school, or I was in good shape when I was out of school. Even last year I was in good shape, but time got away, a lot of big changes happened, everything, and then I just got comfortable, and I just stopped with being as consistent as I was. Also, the whole quarantine and us not having to go to work and doing just being able to have all that free time really just motivated me even more to be like, okay, like I have time, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna set this into my schedule. Now, even with that drive home, it's hard but it's possible, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta make time for everything. It's like I make time for YouTube, I make time for this, and there's definitely time to be made for lifting as well, or just exercising in general.
It's a mindset, really. It's because it's easy to get off of work.
Did you just give this to me? Or?
No. It's easy to get off of work, come home, and be like, you know what, I'm really tired from work, I'm not going to do anything. Yeah. It's valid, to say that. It's valid. You definitely, there are days where work really takes it out of you. Even if you're not doing anything at work, you're behind a desk, and sometimes it's just a stressful day, know, and you come home, but sometimes you just got to get yourself out of that, and you got to just, what's going to happen if I don't work out right now?
Yeah.
I'm going to sit down, or I'm going to lay in bed and spend a couple hours on TikTok, on YouTube, on whatever. And, that time's going to be used for something else. When it could be used to aspire to your goal,
Yeah. To work towards something for yourself.
Exactly. Like for me, I used to be like that. I used to get off of work 2:30. It's a 15-minute drive for me. Get back at like 2:45, and I'm just like, I'm tired. I don't feel like working out, or like, oh, I didn't have a big enough lunch today, so I can't eat, or like, oh, I can't work out because I didn't eat right, and just kind of making excuses for myself. So now I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna be home, and I'm probably just gonna spend hours on TikTok or something. Just watching videos,
or just chilling in bed watching TV or something. Yeah.
And I know to myself, I could go outside and have a 30-minute workout. Something. Get off my ass and do something.
Work towards it.
So I'm keeping myself accountable because nobody else is going to.
Yeah.
Like, that's the main thing. Other people can, but it's not their job.
Yeah.
You have to keep yourself accountable.
It's always nice to have someone to help you.
It's always nice to have somebody, but somebody's not always going to be there.
Yeah.
So you got to hold yourself accountable. You got to get off your ass and got to do something. If that's your goal. Like me, I'm trying real hard, because for you that don't know, a couple months ago I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I graduated high school and I went to college, and I played rugby in college, and I was 245, 250, and I was working out. I was like, I had put on a little bit of weight from high school, but I was still exercising.
Yeah.
Quarantine hit, and I went all the way up to 310 pounds. That's 310 pounds. I was really overweight. I was sluggish. I couldn't do much, and it was just really bad. I had horrible eating habits, and I'm not saying they're the best now.
Yeah.
But
well, definitely a lot of change has happened. I've even seen it. This boy lost, I think it was 60 pounds within the span of, it was 3 or 2.5 months, something like that. He lost 60 pounds, and that was just lifestyle change. It was like, for me, what I saw, not to speak for you, but I saw a lot of change because you got scared. You're like, what the fuck? Like, whoa, shit.
I mean, it was pretty bad.
Your blood sugar is supposed to be at 90, and if it's high a little bit, 110.
And it's,
or I think 80 to 110, something like that.
And the way the doctors described it to me, that as long as you're under 139 milligrams of blood sugar, and your blood sugar level's under 139, you're not diabetic. I went in fasting to the doctor when they fasting is more important. You know, you should be in the lower 80s to 90s.
Yeah, fasting, you don't have anything in your system for 24 hours, so.
I went in
8 hours. I don't know.
I went in. They checked it. It was 216, and the doctor was even like, that can't be right. Checked it again. It was 216, and then that's when I was diagnosed. And then a couple days later, I hadn't changed diet yet because I was like, oh, whatever. Like, I feel fine right now. Yeah. So I just kept living my life, and I checked it. It got all the way up to 400.
Yeah, that was insane.
I felt like something should have happened to me.
Yeah.
But it was 400.
It's 400. That's like liable for a diabetic coma. That's like you pass out from your blood sugar level being too high. And he was at 400. Granted, he is 6'2" and a bigger body. But damn, 400, that's insane.
It was... I was, of course, at the time, I was just laughing it off. I'm like, oh, damn, I got up to 400. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But in my head, I was like, wow, like, this is serious.
Yeah.
This is like, I could die. Like,
yeah.
I could go in a coma. I could, this could be it. I'm only 21 years old. It was only 2 weeks after my 21st birthday. Yep. And I'm already type 2 diabetic and blood sugar of 400. I was like, I'm not ready to die.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of an extreme example, too. It doesn't happen to everyone. It doesn't happen to a lot of people, but it did happen to him.
I was 310 pounds at my heaviest.
Yeah.
Right now, or in the last videos you heard, 265.
Huh.
And I was 310 in July. I'm 265 now at the end of November.
Yep.
I'm not always up to date with checking my blood sugar, but I am striving to, I did change my lifestyle because it is serious.
Yeah.
Although it may not seem it on the surface, like, oh, you're type 2 diabetic, okay, just don't eat sugar, it's not that big a deal. At least the way it seemed to me is like, okay, like, I'll eat sugar now and then, and, like, I'll be fine. No, it's a pretty big deal.
A very strict diet, and he was put on a strict diet, and that's what also was helping.
Oh, yeah, I mean, stepmom, my mom, my dad, everyone was helping me out, trying to keep me on the straight and narrow, because let me tell you something, when you have a diet that I had, and, constantly eating sugar, just processed foods, it's hard to stray away from that.
Yeah.
Especially in my financial situation at the time. I was fun employed. Thought I was gonna live the life, but no, it was pretty bad. I had to do something if I wanted to see the next day. Like,
and thankfully he did. Thankfully you did, and yeah, we don't say this just to. I know we're not talking to them, just saying, oh, look at us, and we can do it, so you do it. But we're saying a perspective on it, and we're giving our perspective on it, and saying just like it's possible, even though we lost it, we know we can get it back. That's not easy for everyone to say. It's not easy for us. I know that 1,000%. It's not easy for us to say, but still, everybody has that motivation. We just gotta find it. So with this competition, it's a motivator. That's one of the motivators. But just gotta find the time. And just gotta put in the effort. Everybody can do it. Everybody can do it.
And definitely, it's a lot easier said than done. It definitely is. But my goal is, I'm not trying to go back to where I was. I'm trying to go beyond that. I'm trying to change my lifestyle for the better. I'm trying to be bigger, stronger, faster.
Yeah. This is long-term goals. We're not just looking at the 40 pounds. 40 pounds is a short-term goal for March.
Yeah.
But the long-term goal is to keep the lifestyle that we have, to lose those 40 pounds and then to lose even more and be at, I guess, tip-top shape.
Yeah, because it's not easy, but you can lose 40 pounds in the wrong way.
Oh.
You can starve yourself. But that's just gateways to, food disorders or just.
I've done all of that. I went on a
cleanse.
7. I was gonna say 14 days. I went on a 7-day cleanse, and I drank nothing but juices. And if I wanted to eat something, I can eat an apple.
Not saying that that's necessarily great, but that's fine for a cleanse, for cleansing purposes, not for weight loss, not for, that's just to clean out your system. That's what that, I believe, was intended for.
Yeah, it was to get me rid of the addictions that I had, which were just everything inside that was bad for me. I'm a very, very picky eater, very picky. But the things that I like to eat, I will eat a lot of. So I was like, okay, let's do this cleanse, and we did it. And I lost, how many pounds did I lose? When I started the cleanse, I think I was 230 pounds or 232 pounds. I did the cleanse and I went down to 210 pounds. I lost, 20-something pounds in a week, which is definitely not what you want to do. But for a little while after that, I did keep my ways, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to eat this, I'm not going to do this. But I think that was kind of the wrong way to approach it, because where I was going with this is that I've tried a lot of different diets. I've done keto. I've done, intermittent fasting. I've done the cleanse. I've even done the carnivore diet. I ate only meat for 1 week. And I lost, I believe, 5 pounds with that. And I found myself that wasn't too hard to do, but it was kind of hard because you can't maintain that, I think everybody needs to find something that works for them, and that's what we're doing right now. We have to find what works for us. Because I would go on to one trend, then try another one, then try another one, then try another one, because I would get tired of doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again,
Yeah, but that's another thing too. It's diet is it's a very important part, but it's only a part. Diet is only a component. Okay.
Well, because you're talking. So
okay. Diet is only a component of weight loss.
Yeah.
It's an important part, but it's only a component. There's still exercise. There's still.
What I heard is 80% diet, 20% exercise. That's how to maintain, weight loss or whatever.
Yeah, but there's also other components. You need a solid
Don't quote me on that. Could be wrong.
We're not nutritionists.
At all. As I just told you, everything that I just did, I'm not good at this, but I can do it. Look at what we're doing.
There's also sleep. Sleep is very important.
Yeah. Big thing.
Making sure you get certain vitamins if you're vitamin deficient or whatever.
It doesn't even matter if you're vitamin deficient. Everybody needs their vitamins.
Yeah, it's different aspects. They all play a part, and that's why I don't even.
What was the first one?
Diet?
Oh no, rest, sleep.
Oh,
yeah, sleep. Very important. I know that for a fact. You need your rest days as well. Everybody needs to let their muscles rest so they can grow.
Not only rest days, but you need a solid 8 hours of sleep every night.
Which I don't get. You need to, not that I don't understand it, I just don't get 8 hours of sleep. I will go to sleep at 1 o'clock, and we have to wake up at 6, or he wakes up at like 4:45, close to 5-ish for his job. I wake up at 6 for mine.
Yeah.
And I go to sleep like at 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah, but there's different components that play into part. So that's why I never call it like a diet. I'm going on a diet. I'm sorry, it's always more, you're switching up your lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
Like me with my diagnosis.
It's like starting World of Warcraft. It's not a game.
It's
a lifestyle.
But yeah, it's like, because you're not gonna get the results you want just by changing one aspect. You can, but it's not gonna last.
Yeah.
Like you can lose, like you did with the cleanse or what you did with these diets. You can lose weight, but if you don't stick to them,
yeah,
you're not gonna. Your results aren't gonna last.
Yeah.
And especially, and it's gonna take a toll on your body if you only change one part of your, one component of this whole thing. Because, let's say you're going keto, but you're not getting enough sleep, or you're not working out. You might see results, but then your body's not going to have enough rest, so it doesn't have, like, you can't last throughout the day, or, whatever. Your body's going to start to, like, you're lacking in this area, you need to pick it up, and then you're going to go pick up old habits.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, it's a lifestyle. And one topic I would like to bring up is caffeine. Caffeine addiction and all of that, because a lot of people depend on caffeine, like us. Like we wake up early as hell, and after work we don't have office jobs. We go out and we go. Me, I don't work on trucks, but I'm quote unquote supervisor, so I go walk a lot. I have to go see what's happening with trucks, doing a lot of stuff, and so does he. But he is more manual labor. Me, I'm more supervisional, so with caffeine you gotta watch how much you take, and just do it in moderation. I was gonna say that, but also do it by need. Is that correct?
Yeah, per your needs.
Yeah, per need, per,
because it's easy to, once you start drinking it, like increasing your amount of caffeine intake,
because you get that little of,
like, once you
I can't think of anything right now once we're on the podcast. I don't know. What's that? You hit a level because you become dependent. But tolerance. Fuck!
There's a museum on it, dog. Come on.
It's not the same. It's not the same at all. Yeah, you hit that tolerance, and your tolerance builds for caffeine, so you're like, oh damn, I gotta do more. Oh damn, I gotta take more. Instead of drinking this 1 cup, I'm gonna drink 1 cup of coffee, and then I'm gonna drink another cup, and then a freaking energy drink right before I work out with some pre-workout, and then okay, call it a day. Next day, you're either gonna do the same thing, or you're gonna be like, fuck, that was too much, but then your body's gonna still build accustomed to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been down that rabbit hole where I was working out tough. I was working out with my friends every day. I think we took Sundays off to, like, either whatever, we were just hanging out. But I was working out every day, doing bench, going to the park and running, playing football, playing baseball, where I was doing fighting for a little bit. And
sound like you were in the corner.
For real, I was like, shit.
Just watching us.
And
I was to the audience.
I was doing everything. And I was not giving myself a break because we were working out, because we were going on a trip. And I did that straight for 2 months. There was one point where caffeine wasn't working for me. And I used to work as a barista, so I was already drinking a lot of espresso shots during the day and drinking just a whole bunch of cold brew and there was a time where I put pre-workout inside of a Bang energy drink and I shotgunned it. and I was like, okay, I'm ready to work out.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's like I was gonna say before. It's easy to go
Being
down that
cheesy.
going down that rabbit hole because
I won't go down that fucking rabbit hole.
Because
who knows that?
Okay, let me speak.
I'm sorry.
It's easy to go down that rabbit hole because once you just increase the amount you're taking, the amount you're consuming, you're obviously going to see a difference because caffeine, that's the point of caffeine. So you're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is cool. I now have more energy to do the stuff that I want. And then after a little while, you become more dependent and your tolerance raises. And then now it's taking you pre-workout and an energy drink to actually feel some sort of caffeine bump.
It was definitely too much, though. Like, after I did that, I think I couldn't stop moving for like 3 hours. I needed to do something. If I was sitting down, I was like scratching. I felt itchy. I did a lot. I'm surprised my heart is still beating because yeah, I would overdo it, and my friends would even be like, dude, like, you're drinking a lot, like, you don't have to. I'm like, nah, but like I like it.
Yeah, but it
that's overboard, and that's also to the extreme too. But at the same time,
but
what I'm
still
saying is like, have awareness when you do it. Not, again, I'm saying we're not freaking nutritionists. We're not freaking personal trainers. We're not anything like that. We're not fitness experts either. But just once you get started, like how we are getting started again, finally, this is a long time in the making. Just be aware of what you're intaking and what you're doing and how it affects you, because sometimes you get too carried away and you either, like, obviously his example, he wasn't taking care of his body and then something happened. I wasn't taking care of my body and I became addicted to caffeine, where I would wake up with really bad headaches because I needed caffeine. And
it's also easy to fall into these food traps. It's like, oh, I'm not going to eat anything today. I'm only going to drink water because I need it. And like, oh, I ate heavy yesterday. And it's like, if you're going to take stuff into the extreme like that, well, I don't know if that's really extreme. It kind of is. I'd recommend talking to a nutritionist, talking to somebody who actually knows what they're talking about, so that you know what your body needs. Yeah,
unless you're a fighter or something and you have to cut weight, because I know what the fighters do. They eat and then they like just drink 2 gallons of water and then they sweat it all out. But I don't know what that's called. I think that's not a cut. It's like I forgot what it's called. But yeah, they do that and they lose really 15 pounds right before weigh-in because they just sweat it all out.
But even then, I'm pretty sure they're talking to people who know what they're talking about.
Of course, yeah.
That's key.
Yeah.
It's talking to somebody who knows what they're talking about.
All in all, be healthy.
Yeah, just be aware.
Yeah.
Just because it's easy to fall into these bad food traps or anything, and then you're stuck. It's a setback.
Yeah.
And it's hard to climb out of these traps.
Yeah, it's hard to climb out, and then once you oh, damn, that didn't work. Damn, what am I going to do now? Like, that was working for me to a certain point, but now it doesn't work, so what do I do? And then people become like, damn, like, what the hell? And then they put it off, and they're like, oh, I have to find something that works for me. I have to find something that does this. And then they're like, oh, well, I'll just give myself 3 weeks, 4 weeks, which is okay. But after that, for some people, it's like, oh, I'll just give myself another week then, and another week, and another week. You always have to keep grinding. Don't overwork yourself, but also keep grinding and keeping that mindset I'm going to rest and I'm going to find something, but let me do something in the meantime, you know?
Consistency.
Exactly. Consistency is key.
I think if I'm going to give my unprofessional advice, consistency and moderation are very important.
Yeah.
Because for me, I was one of those people. I'm somebody who has to start on a Monday. I have to start in the morning. Yeah. I have to start at the beginning of the month. I have to start at the beginning of the year. I don't know if that's OCD or something, but I doubt it. But it's something like that.
No, it's not. It's not OCD.
No, I'm not. I didn't mean it's something like that.
No, I know it's not like a disorder or anything. But that's motivation. That's like that's what you find motivating. You know, like okay, it's a brand new start of the week. It's the beginning of the week. Some people start on Sunday. Some people start on Monday. Whatever, but that's your motivation. But you, like you were saying,
keep putting it off.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I fucked up on this Monday.
So I got to start. Next week because this week is already trashed. Like and also talking about moderation, you can still have fun. You can still go out with your friends and drink and do all this.
You can go have a burger. You go to McDonald's. You can still do all this. You just got to keep it in moderation.
Exactly, because
for me, something that did help me with that whole timing aspect, it's every day is a new day. Every day is like, if you want to start at the beginning of something, every day is a new day.
To be better.
It's like if you start on a Tuesday or Wednesday, that's your brand new week right there. It's still Wednesday, because.
Sorry, could you say that again?
No, I can't.
Yes, you can. It's a podcast. You can say whatever you want. Siri.
Vikings. Were they just misunderstood pacifists?
Sebas, we're on a talk.
You said I can say whatever I want. But yeah, no, it's a brand new day every single day, and life is there's a belief. It's the only one you got. It's the only one you got.
That's called a YOLO.
It's the only one you got. You're not getting any time back.
You see how Drake ties in with everything?
Stop.
You only live once. It's a motto. YOLO, everybody, every day, every day.
Yeah. All the time spent, you're not getting it back. So there's no,
fuck what everybody say.
So every day is the start of a brand new day.
One time, fuck one time.
So if you want to start your goals, start working towards them, every day is a brand new day. You can start. Even if you mess up one day, all right, you messed up. You can take a little bit of time to dwell on it, but guess what? You got to jump right back on it.
I believe it's Tiger Woods, and I'm going to butcher this, but it's not a quote, but I believe he once said that he allows himself to be angry at himself until his next shot. So he's like, dang, I messed that up. Oh, man, I shouldn't have hit it like that. I shouldn't have done this. But once he gets to the golf ball and he lines up, forgets about everything that happened in the past because this is what's in front of him now. So let's take that into consideration as well. You can't just dwell on the past and like, dang, I messed up. Because even if you do eat like 3 burgers in one day, whatever, you could still like, dang, I ate those burgers.
And all that's subjective because maybe your diet, I'm carb loading or whatever. Is like,
no matter what it is, if you messed up your goal, quote unquote, you still have time to fix it, quote unquote, or just to start up again to where you were, because just all in all,
Professor X said, just because somebody has lost their way or jumped off the path doesn't mean they're lost forever.
Exactly. And that is from Looney Tunes.
I just said Professor X said that.
Twilight Zone.
Yes. X-Men. I know. No, I'm telling them because...
Well, just in case you didn't know, it is from X-Men.
Yes.
But again, we are just 2 guys, 2 young men. Literally, this is the stuff that we think, that we know. Take it with a grain of salt. Like, everything that we say, everything that we do. We'll probably have some funny podcast, too, where it's just us 2. And we're drinking, and we're going to be, like, just laughing and everything. Take it with a grain of salt, because what we say, we're just having a good time. We're just trying to freaking vibe with you guys,
2 everyday average Joes just living their lives. So everything's just from our perspective. Our experiences, what we've lived through, what we've gone through. This is what we're just sharing with the world.
And we know we're not alone. Probably 2 guys in our same situation. Probably 1 guy, even for the women out there, probably in the same situation, Probably we're just normal people, regular people, just giving our input on things.
yeah, so it's just, with that being said, I think we're going to cut it here. And
Thank you guys for watching.
we love the support.
Already, first video posted, 7 subscribers. Is that the right way? 7 subscribers.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this podcast, if you go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to comment on something we said, or you want to add on, you want us to talk about something, go ahead and comment down below.
Like I say on my channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you don't want it, if you want to unsubscribe, hit it again and you unsubscribe. It's free. So if you change your mind, you don't have to. If you're like, these guys are freaking boring or they talk nonsense, unsubscribe. But just know that subscribe button will help us out.
And we will love you for it. And just a reminder, we do have other channels. He has a gaming channel called GamingWithHosay. I have a gaming channel called Sebaliciousness. Both of those channels will be in the description down below.
And yeah, we love you guys. And have a great day, or have a great night, or have a great journey.
No matter what it is, we hope you enjoy it.
Stick to it. Peace and love.
Deuces.
Deuces.